The San Antonio Spurs are in the early stages of a rebuild after missing the playoffs for the first time in 23 seasons, and I have no doubt in my mind that they will be able to build a competitive team in due time. The Spurs have a history of drafting well, and in my opinion, this year was no different. They managed to have two great prospects in Devin Vassell and Tyrese Halliburton drop down to them at the 11th spot. And as we all know, the Spurs went with the talented Devin Vassell, who, in my opinion, was grossly undervalued heading into this draft. This kid is the real deal and has true all-star potential. There will be teams haunted by the mistake of passing on him down the line. In this video, we will do a detailed breakdown of Devin Vassell's chances of developing into a legit multi-year all-star in this league and what I believe is his floor and his ceiling in the NBA. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and turn on the bell notifications for fresh content. It would also be much appreciated if you can hit that like button for me, as it helps my channel with the YouTube algorithm. And feel free to leave a comment on your thoughts on Devin Vassell as an NBA prospect. As many of you already know, I do try and answer most people's comments the first week the video is up. So, let's jump right in. I'm honestly a bit confused as to why Devin Vassell wasn't picked up sooner in the draft. I know in general the draft is kind of a crapshoot and an educated guessing game, but this kid has all the tools to be a very good player and, in my opinion, was a low-risk, high-reward type of prospect because of his high floor and ceiling. Vassell is a legit two-way prospect that can make an impact on both ends of the floor. He will be impactful from day one on the defensive side, particularly as a team defender. Vassell is versatile as he can match up nicely against guards and wings. He is incredibly disruptive and great at closing out on shooters. Vassell is also a good rebounder for a wing that still needs to add some muscle, as he was able to average 5.1 rebounds in 28 minutes a game as a sophomore. I also just love that he plays with a ton of hustle and never gives up on plays. He is also impactful on the offensive side of the game. Vassell has displayed a lot of promise as a cutter, moving without the ball, and as a shooter. He shot 41% from downtown in his 2 years at Florida State, and with his improved ball handling, is now a better shooter off the dribble and out of the pick and roll. Now, Vassell will never be the primary ball handler, but he was very unselfish and has good court vision for his position. He's just very smooth and fluid on offense, and I see him being able to create for himself on a consistent level as he develops. I have a feeling that if we had an NCAA tournament this year, his stock would have skyrocketed, as he is a very tough competitor who did very well in clutch situations. As with any rookie, he does have some areas that he can improve upon. I'd like to see him get stronger, which will help him finish through contact, and to continue improving his ball handling so he can do a better job of beating defenders on his way to the rim. Vassell also needs to get better in isolation, which I'm confident he can improve upon, judging by the leap he made in his sophomore season, and just how much better his ball handling and shooting off the dribble already is than his first year at Florida State. This kid is a team-first guy and the perfect Spurs player in my opinion. I really don't see any glaring holes in his game that he will struggle to improve upon. I would bet on him fulfilling his two-way potential. He is already a force on defense with the potential to be a player who can score in a variety of ways. Worst case scenario, I see him as a guy who can rack up all defensive team selections, all the while knocking down threes for the Spurs. But if he develops into a more dynamic scorer, I believe he will be a perennial all-star in this league, and quite possibly the steal of the draft. Vassell couldn't have landed in a better spot than with the San Antonio Spurs, considering they are very good at developing players. It's gonna be a lot of fun watching these guys develop. What do you guys think? How do you see Devin Vassell developing in the NBA? Would you have made the same selection at that 11th spot? Let me know in the comments section. Also, check out my breakdowns of Deni Avdija and Tyrese Halliburton, who I'm also super high on and believe will be considered steals down the line. And again, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching. Till the next one, guys, I'm out.